let's just tell a story of Bolton Wanderers. 2 months ago, this is where they were sitting in the table. Ian Evatt, around about this time, said they were the best team in the league, and people sniggered a bit and guffawed even. Well, this is what happened. The results started to go good for Bolton Wanderers.
Tries a shot, the ball Oxley falls to Sean Miller. It's cleared away. 𝗕𝗣𝗥𝗡, what a strike that is. Great from Alfonso. Isn't it a terrific save? It might bring here to Lee. Who dodged it into the back of
the way they came together after January was incredible. They started to drive their own standards.
We've got the Forest Green game away. That one was big because they were in the top 3 at the time. We had one chance, we took it. Doyle got the goal in the first half. I remember the build-up to the Salford game, first 45, we battered them, terrorised them. The atmosphere after the game was unbelievable in the changing rooms.
Obviously the Morecambe away game was a huge game. To win that game, it was more or less a shootout. And to win it 1-0 was a great result.
Obviously the atmosphere after that was unbelievable, knowing that we've got 2 more games to get the job done.
This club isn't a League 2 football club at the end of the day.
When the fans are back in the building, they will find their heroes. That will happen naturally. There's been a revolving door at this place for years, and we really haven't got to know the players that well.
I think what our squad has done is shown how much they care about this football club, and I think the players have really bought into the whole town and the club, and we want to get out and about in the community and again build relationships and build a new fan base for the future. Yeah, I mean, when you're recruiting players, you kind of go through a bit of everything really, and the character is certainly part of that. You need strong and good characters and a winning mentality.
We've got some funny lads, Izzy, Rico.
From 8 years old, I just knew I just wanted to be playing football. I think football's kind of taken me out of getting caught up in the wrong stuff. If I weren't doing football, I don't know what else I'm good at. So football's just a big part of my life. Football's my life, so yeah, that's it really.
Drive all the way, come on, please, come on. All the way, all the way, all the way.
My journey in football has been quite bizarre actually. Obviously born in Australia and then moved back to Wales when I was younger. Family and everyone's from Wales, and then signed for Everton when I was 13.
I played at Man City till I was 16, and then was the phase of, you know, the next step of the scholarship, etc, etc. But with that time with Man City, they were getting taken over, so sort of the homegrown lads sort of were pushed to one side, and I wasn't getting regular football there at 16 years of age. And I was just a kid that loved football, so my mum and dad pulled me out of Man City at 16, and I just basically went playing with my local friends.
It's obviously my livelihood, the dream as a kid to be a footballer, for it to come true. Kind of like I'm one of them people that kind of cherish every moment. I'd never have the Monday blues or anything like that coming into work. There's no such thing when you have this job. I played youth football in Ireland, and I stayed in football at the highest level of my age, I suppose you could say, playing under 18s and then under 21s, and became an electrician. So I'm a fully qualified electrician, which is a bit of a strange one. There's so many footballers out there that have trades.
I was ushered into a move by obviously peers who were trying to help me, I think at the time, but ushered me into a move that wasn't ever right from the start, and probably 2 years of my career were wasted. A time where I probably was close to quitting football, close to when my first child was going to be born, and how I was off the pitch was just, it wasn't healthy, it wasn't right, and basically my wife now is probably the one why I'm sat here. She basically sat me down and said, if you're not playing football, what are you going to do?
When basically 2007, 2008, when recession came along, especially in Ireland, it hit us hard over there. Work dried up for me as an electrician in the sense of, but I was very fortunate in that it was 2008, I was actually in my last year as an electrician, so I managed to get qualified and as a fully qualified and then no work, but football started becoming a thing then. A lot of interest came in League One from different clubs, but once Bolton showed interest, I kind of killed all that straight away and just worked hard on trying to get this over the line. Obviously the stature of the club, it's a sleeping giant, and it looked a privilege for them to even want me to sign here, so it was a situation I jumped at.
From the first day I walked into that building, I thought, I was starstruck. I've never been to Bolton, and obviously I follow football and I always knew Bolton's a big club as well. So walking in there, I just knew this place is for me, and I just couldn't wait to get on the pitch and to show what I can do.
To bring success to this football club is the aim for everybody, you know, and they're on the right track now. And I think they've got the right manager in place. They've got the right structure now in place. They've certainly got the players to get promotion now this season, and that's not necessarily the case at the start of the season.
It's just an unbelievable club, and I just think the fan base, everything about it, the staff's brilliant, the lads are brilliant, and it was a no-brainer for me to come and sign here.
I played Bolton regularly in the academies, and you sort of like the representation of Bolton in the North West side is the players that played for Bolton. You know, that's what stands out the most. The 𝗕𝗣𝗥𝗡𝗥𝗡, the 𝗕𝗣𝗜𝗥𝗡𝗥𝗥, 𝗕𝗣𝗜𝗥𝗡𝗥𝗥, them type of players. So they were always a team that, you know, were there to spoil the parties in the North West with the big clubs like City, United, etc. So, you know, I pinch myself every day that I'm the captain of this unbelievable football club.
Last time they're in this division they're in now, that was a stepping stone, so they moved on up. Then Bruce Rioch came in, you know, 2-0 down at Reading, Brannigan saving a penalty. You can't make that up. You cannot make things like that up. And that's what sport does to you. That's what football does to you. And particularly this football club. That supplies the belief that what happened previously can happen again. And I firmly believe that it can happen again. What we said right at the start of the season, what was the priority? To win promotion at the first time of asking. They're right on the cusp of that now. They're right on the verge of that now.
This is a pivotal week, a huge week, a massive, massive, massive moment in the history of the club, really.
When we went 1-0 up, I think because first half we didn't think we played that well. So obviously in the change room, the gaffer was kind of getting on to us saying like, listen, we're winning, but we can play miles better. So I think we come out trying to get another goal. And you know this league, like 1-0, that means that they're just gonna start hoofing everything in our box. And long throws, corners and all of that.
Obviously first half we done well, but second half we just didn't turn up against Exeter.
I've never seen a change room like that. Now, I've never felt like that in my whole career.
I can't even remember saying goodbye to anyone when I left the stadium. Everyone was so quiet, everyone was so disappointed that we didn't get the job done.
We was just sitting there for about an hour and a half. No one moved, no one showered, just sitting there, and you can just tell everyone was just disappointed.
Players, had that bounce back ability where they could forget the loss and recover quickly and then focus on the next game.
Like coming into training and no one was really talking, everyone was just down really.
You go opposite, so you have to think about it here. This man starts to move.
The gaff had a meeting with us and just picked us up again and they said, listen, let's just go again. And play the way we play and we win the game.
What that game did was refocus our minds, and we understood that from Monday onwards it was strictly business, and the way the players responded that week in training, I just knew what was going to happen at Crawley before we'd even kicked off.
We knew there was one more game, 90 minutes, everyone put everything into it.
There's no talking nights out or what we're going to do after we celebrate like there would have been the week before. And lads were just fully concentrated on the game.
Everyone was at it that day, going into the stadium before the game. We was all relaxed. We had our normal playlist on in the changing rooms.
Because of like nerves and stuff, I just want the game to just kick off. But then once the whistle goes, like you snap out of it and then you just you get in game mode and just focus on the game.
I had literally no qualms that we were going to get the result that day.
It felt at the time that from the minute that whistle went, we were at it like just hungry to get the job done. The first one, I just remember the Sars making a great run.
In the moment, you don't actually realise it's just off the cuff, and that's how it felt on the day. It was just one of them. I just wanted to see the ball at the back of the net and get us up and running on an important day. And
he did, great goal, and wasn't relief. It was just like, right, we're on the way here. We're on the way. And the second goal, I think the ball went down the line to me. I laid it off to Izzy, who found 𝗕𝗣𝗥𝗡.
And then once it broke to 𝗕𝗣𝗥𝗡, he played a lovely reverse cross and he found me. I was just in the 6-yard box. It was just a tap-in, one of the easiest goals I have.
There was never any complacency at half time. It was a matter of like, let's go out and make sure we get this next goal because the next goal is crucial. And obviously I got it then at a great time just after half time, and you kind of felt then, right, that could be the job done. Lovely. And then the fourth, can you remember the fourth who got that?
Izzy got the fourth goal.
Izzy, yeah. So the ball played across the goal, and Izzy obviously with his pace nicked in front of the defender, and I think he'll tell you he tried to roll it down the side of the keeper, but it didn't top corner. Just magic, like. And I remember when the board went up with me to come off, I'm sure if you look back on it, you'll see a big smile on my face coming off the pitch. I knew the job was done, and just heaven, like, just after the way the season went from the first half of it to the second, and then knowing that you've done the job with a few minutes to spare, and brilliant.
It was weird, you know, when the final whistle blew, I thought everyone would be like jumping around and stuff, but it just went quiet, everything went quiet. But I think that was just because of how far we've come and what we've actually done this season to actually get promoted. Coming from 20th to 3rd is obviously, it don't happen all the time. I don't know, I was just shocked of where I've come from and how hard I've worked, and it took me like a couple of minutes for it to process. But yeah, after that I was just on the beers really, just active, yeah.
Come on, boy! Vicky, come on!
Where are we going tonight?
A lot of people doubted us. A lot of these come on top. I'm saying 19th, what was he, 19th in Feb, where we were 3rd and we're promoted. So League One, I'll see you next year. Come on. Come on!
This team can go as far as it wants. You know, the manager's ambitious, the club's ambitious, the owners are ambitious, so it can go as far as it wants.
I think this was a very tense one that was very hard to really kind of like enjoy, in the sense of like we've gone from being terrible for the first half of the season to playing catch up for the second half of the season, and yeah, I'm just grateful we got over the line in the end. At the end of February, start of March, I just snapped the hand off tent. And then halfway through that run, we're starting thinking to ourselves, like, instead of snapping the hand off tent, if we don't go up here automatically, it's a disappointment. And we managed to do it, like.
It's crazy, because no one really knows. It's not even, I think it's been about 10 months, it's not even been a year. But my last pay at Barnet was £390. That's for the whole month, my last pay. And I was talking to my missus and I was panicking because I was thinking like I couldn't even pay my bills. And at the time I was looking for like part-time jobs as well, for like Amazon delivery driving and stuff. And then within 10 months, my life's just changed. So that's why now I'm always humble and grateful. And to get Bolton back in League One, it's massive, man, it's massive.
When a football club is functioning and doing really well, the change that can make in the community and how it lifts everybody's mood and spirits, and places and towns and cities start to thrive on the back of a football club's success. A football club is the heartbeat of every community. And I think what I'd like to think has happened is we've reconnected with the town. They started to trust us. We've built a connection and a relationship, and they're proud of the football club again, and that's what makes me most proud.
And that's exactly what I wanted to do when I came here. I wanted to bring the football and the community with the right people, doing the right jobs in the right way, working in a really dynamic, positive culture, and then seeing how that migrates out to the town and the community of Bolton. And I have to say very clearly, I have been made to feel so welcome by the council, the university, the stakeholders, the fans and the community here. You know, last week they were singing "She's one of our own." That reduced that. I was humbled, and that reduced me to tears that they do feel like that when I've only been here for such a short period of time.
Because the football club is the lifeline of Bolton, the place, the community. It doesn't matter whether you've got a lot of money, not much money, whether you're in a big family, whether you're from different background or class, different faith group. It unifies people, and the club's got a real place in our hearts for that.
The owner Sharon's amazing, and she's been able to make all this happen, and I think having her around, and it helps the team and the manager, and it's rare in football. Seeing how well we were doing and what it was doing for the area and the people, everyone was smiling, buzzing, you're seeing Bolton shirts everywhere. It's an amazing thing to see.
Now, I've enjoyed every minute of it. Obviously we missed the fans greatly this season. There would have been situations out there where it would have been 1-0 down and maybe equalised, and you know that roar that you'd get after you've equalised at home, and you know that the next one's only going to be yours, and that never, like, we never had that this year, which was a shame, and we probably could have got up a lot earlier if we had them behind us.
Everyone said straight away, let's go and do it again next year. We all knew we're capable of doing it. We've got the players, we've got the staff, we've got the facilities, we've got everything to go and do it in League One, and then hopefully go and do it in Championship as well, because it's a Premier League side, the size of the club, size of the stadium, and we all can't wait to play in front of the fans again.
I think I seen something before about the all-time Premier League table, and Bolton Wanderers sit happily in that table with all the big guns, and we're a group now that can go down in history with this football club, and I think that's all me and the lads. That's the incentive that we all need.
I said straight after the game that this is the first step on the ladder. It's the first small step to achieving our end goal, which is to get back to the Premier League, you know. So we have to continue. We've focused all summer on working hard to get things right, improve the team again, not stand still. I know in 5 years' time I'll be a Premier League manager, and I firmly believe it'll be with Bolton.